Alrighty, so today I want to talk about the part 2 banner with Wrathful Broly. Now, it's very interesting when we could potentially be getting this banner because it's not like the most clear thing in the world. Now, what I'm thinking is based on the Elder Kai banner that the banner will be releasing probably on the 10th or the 11th. You guys can see here, September 11th will be when at 1 o'clock. This will be when the banner here for the Elder Kais goes away. And that is sort of what I'm thinking. So for anybody who's going to be asking in the comments, when is the banner? We will know when we get the data download for sure. But right now, all we have to go off of when I am recording this on September 8th is just when this goes away, and then also the fact that the info for the characters have been tweeted, so we have sort of a general idea of how it is going to go. But the purpose of this video today is going to be talking about what I think, who is going to be on the banner, right? So what we need to know is this is a rising dragon carnival banner. So it is going to be a legend, like a summon carnival. So with it being a rising dragon carnival, it is not going to be like this right here, where like the Gogeta banner, it is going to be a tad bit different because rising dragon carnivals are not the same as Dokkan Festival, or like a legendary, like the one that we just looked at. So this is going to be a little bit closer to what we can expect for the LR Broly banner, where we have a couple featured LRs here and then a bunch of TURs, which is going to be good for the overall scheme of things. So what I'm thinking is we have Wrathful Broly here in the front. Obviously, that's not going to be like a hot take, right? I'm getting really bold here, right? That our Broly's going to be in the middle here. But then we have 2 Carnival reruns. So this could be 2 things, I think. A, this character could potentially be rerunning, but I don't think that is a guarantee by any stretch of the imagination. But if we go to the Carnival LRs that we've seen recently, we would just have to take a scan for the ones that have reran at least or that haven't reran in a bit, or just have never, right? We saw this with Kale and Caulifla. They've never returned, right, enter on a banner. So this is like, if we just look right here, Dokkan Info actually is a really good tool for this. If we go to featured banners, this is the only one that they've been on. This is summon tickets. This doesn't really count. This is a whole other thing, or summon points. This is just a different animal entirely. This is not like a actual rerun. You can't pick the character up with coins. That isn't a rerun. So potentially, I think they could be here, but I don't think that's a guarantee. Because like if we look at the Carnival LRs that have like reran recently, these guys were on a banner, or he was on a banner, they were on a banner, these 2 were on banners, he reran, right, and they reran. So when we look at that right there, it makes things a bit tricky. Broly reran recently, the Family Kamehameha Gohan reran recently. So it really just comes down to like, do they want to take somebody from here? I could see Gogeta Blue being on this banner. Maybe, I don't think the Gammas would be there. Well, Gogeta Blue was on a banner recently too, no? So it's really, really tough to say who these featured LRs are going to be. And one thing I want to get off the bat, making this a rising Dragon Carnival, is it rising or is it divine? There is a difference. I'll look at the Twitter post right now because like they did a promotional post for this. It is a rising Dragon Carnival. Okay, so when we see that right there, we have 4 featured LRs. So what we have to account for is the new LR, a rerunning LR, potentially 2. I think like it'll be an initial rerun for Kale and Caulifla. I wouldn't shock me if they were on this banner, but then we have to find a legendary summon LR, TURs, and then the rerun for these characters. So Broly here, and then I'm going to go with Kale and Caulifla right here. And this 3rd Carnival LR spot is so tricky because I feel like most of the major Carnival LRs have reran. So it wouldn't surprise me one bit if they tossed like Birdcoo on here and like he didn't even easy A. Like they just put him there for a Carnival LR because due to the fact that I feel like if we look at these characters, right? So if we were to go to Omega Shenron, when was he last featured? If we go here and look at the website, he was featured on the Legendary Summon Carnival here for our boy Gogeta. This sort of Hope Trunks, right? When was he last featured? He was last featured on the Gogeta banner. So that means Future Gohan was featured on the Part 1 banner. If we look at Gogeta here, where was he featured? If we go over here to featured banners, he was on the Rose Goku Black banner. So that means Broly, not Dragon Ball Super Broly, but the Gammas were featured nowhere. So like we're looking at all of these Carnival LRs since 2023, and they've like all reran. When was the last time this character reran? Because this is a Carnival LR. If we go right here, it wouldn't surprise me at all if these guys were on the banner. This is probably one of the picks right here, gamers. They haven't reran since August of last year on a banner. This banner, like, can we click on this from here? Oh, wow. Yeah, that's good, right? So September 13th, and it really did start earlier because this is when the discounts went away and all that. I could easily see this unit rerunning right here because it's movie themed. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. I think that's going to be one of the reruns here. So if we look at it so far, Broly, the Super Saiyan trio, I think, would be in this spot. And this is either going to be Kale and Caulifla or somebody else. I think this could potentially be the return for Kale and Caulifla about 4 months later. That wouldn't surprise me one bit. I think that's what I'm going to go with here for this prediction right here. This is going to be Broly. And then the TURs, this is where it gets interesting. So these are going to be like, you know, regular unfeatured SSRs, and this is why this banner's value may potentially be a little bit tricky. And the Should You Summon video, I'm going to have to, like, what sucks about the Should You Summon video is I may have to put it out early and we may not know the full banner. And that always sucks because YouTube is a competition at the end of the day some of these times. So you guys know I might have to put out that banner, that video a little early, even though I don't want to. So if we look at it here, what we would want to do is probably look at characters that fit under the leader skills of the Carnival banner. So this would be, if we were to do it like this, it would be Broly is our Exploding Rage leader, Kale and Caulifla are for Universe 6, and then the Super Saiyan trio is for Super Saiyans. So I'm going to not include Universe 6 characters because I don't think that's going to be the case here. But if we look at Exploding Rage, like movie-themed TURs, that would be pretty easy to do. So if we go to Exploding Rage and then we go to movie bosses, what we are looking for in specific is going to be TURs that are not Dokkan Fests. They are just unfeatured, right? And oh, I forgot to talk about the 4th LR, excuse me. So the 4th LR right here, this one is very easy in my opinion, and it's just going to be this character right here. We already know he's getting a Super EZA. It was revealed at the fan festival. So this guy's getting a Super EZA. He will be on the banner. That's my bold take, if you will. He's going to be in this spot right here. And then that leaves us with 6 TURs. So when it comes to who could be on here, it is very tricky. Maybe they feature Wrathful Broly, despite him not being very good. I could see that happening. And then if we were to go to movie bosses, that might help us a little bit more. Oh boy, this is not a good scene, boys. This is not good. Maybe Golden Frieza finds his way on here. This isn't good. What do we got? Maybe some sub EZAs, right? Like characters who haven't gotten their EZAs that could potentially be up for a sub EZA. No, oh, he'll be on the banner, this Broly right here, because he's also getting an EZA. So that's something to keep in mind. You're too early for an EZA. You came out in 2024. You're a Dokkan Fest. You're free to play. You're free to play. You're a Dokkan Fest. You're a TUR of an LR. TUR of an LR. This is fun, isn't it? When we look at Exploding Rage, who is not EZA'd? Saiyan Day 2023. You're part of a movie, no? Or are you linked to Dragon Ball Super? You are linked to Movie Heroes. Perfect. So maybe he would be on here, and maybe they want to get cute and do an EZA for him. Like, I guess that's possible, but probably not. But when we look at like Broly themed TURs, the problem with Broly in specific is he has an issue that, like, not an issue, it's a good thing. Broly himself is really just relegated to like Dokkan Fests and LRs and stuff like that. So not many summonable Brolys that we get are banner units, and that does make things tricky. So I guess we'll kind of just like, we'll make this a quicker video here. What I'm expecting is where Caulifla is. You guys know how I like to do these banner predictions, is just kind of like go down the line. This is going to be Broly. I think this is going to be Kale and Caulifla. I think this is going to be the Super Saiyan trio. I believe that this right here is going to be the STR Broly that is getting his EZA from the 7-year anniversary. This is going to be the STR Broly LR, the Super EZA that we know we are going to be getting. And then these characters really are all just TBD. Movie boss stuff like that. I could see maybe like Super Saiyan Vegeta or Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta that we just looked at being on here. Potentially just any other movie boss TURs like just that are unfeatured, right? That potentially could be getting an EZA. It is extremely tough to figure out this one in specific. Maybe like Ichilai finds her way on the banner or something like that. But really what you need to know, what you really care about is the LRs, and I believe those are going to be the 4 featured here. Keep in mind, these are going to be double rates, so the should you summon question could be a little bit tricky, but I guess we will find out with due time. So I appreciate you guys watching this video. As always, I like to give member shout outs. So big shouts outs to all my members on the YouTube side of things. We have Malcolm, Driftix, Devontae, Junior, Sean, Blue Sun, Preston Kitty, Tekka, Chunkster, Soldier 91, Yay, Wesley, Cosmo, Van, Brian V, and Radokun. So if you want to consider becoming a member and further support the channel, it does make a huge difference. You can click the link in the description. It is not required. You guys watching the videos is more than enough, and I always appreciate you. But if you want to show that extra mile of support, you can go ahead and do that. So if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like before you go. Subscribe if you were new, so that way you don't miss out on any of my Dokkan content. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.